Okay, guys, so now I'm at lunch. I'm going to go ahead and do this video and ask for your opinions on something. I did a video earlier and I kept saying White House, but it's the Capitol. What happened was I was just glancing over at the news and I saw crowds of people. They couldn't really see what building they were at, but I kept hearing, President Trump, there's a lockdown in Washington, and, Trump and the Senate have gone down into, wherever. And so I don't know. I was just thinking they were at the White House. And I had people talking on the phone here, people yelling out orders, a whole bunch of stuff going on. I'm working from home. So I basically tried to do a video in the midst of multitasking with a little bit of anxiousness because I had people yelling back and forth and it's busy here. Anyway, that was the backstory of that. So now we get to hear it. They were at the Capitol building. So what happened this morning is protesters showed up to the Capitol building. They leaned against the fence. The fences fell over. They rushed the Capitol building. Hundreds of protesters rushed the Capitol building. They burst into the chambers, pushed the doors open. They got down onto the Senate floor. People were walking around on the Senate floor with video cameras and smartphones and Trump flags, just like it looked like a tour, like in the Senate floor.
So this is some stunning video, I have to say. I don't think I've ever expected to see anything like this in my entire career covering Congress. The idea of people who have broken into the Capitol and taken over the Senate floor. This is about a dozen folks who came from outside, and they're just mulling around looking through desks. There's a guy sitting there in the gallery above. He asked, "Who are you with? Who are you with?" And that was about time for me to go. Walking through the hallways, I have to say it's a weird scene. In that there was, some protesters that were walking through the hallways, and Capitol Police were kind of following them, but they weren't necessarily arresting them. It's really unclear as to how they're really dealing with the protesters. I haven't seen any arrests, but I've also been locked in in our offices. So we're just sheltered in place at the moment right now. But I have to say that this scene that you're seeing right now on television is absolutely stunning. The idea that these people have come from outside and broken into the Capitol and decided to take the Senate floor like this, where just about an hour and a half or 2 hours ago they were debating an objection to the Electoral College. It's just a stunning scene.
Who you with? One woman has been reportedly shot and she's in critical condition. And they said one of the things that happened was one of the police officers there that was in the Capitol building was running up the stairs with his radio as people were chasing him up the stairs. So they talked to Chief Ramsey, who used to be the Washington or the D.C. police chief. And he said that there's normally around 2,000 law enforcement officers that are staffed there. He doesn't know why they didn't have enough officers on duty ready to prevent this and to guard this event. How they got overran so quickly. They've deployed chemical gas on people, which is like CS, riot gas. News people are calling them rioters. One CNN reporter said the rioters, and a guy runs up and gets on his face and starts screaming, "We're not rioters, we're protesters. We're not rioters. Hey, you liar, you're a liar. We're not rioters." So it's just havoc there. It's anarchy, craziness going on. CNN says it's an insurrection. Michael Moore, the filmmaker, says it's a coup. So do you think it's a coup, or do you think it's an insurrection, or do you think that those are interchangeable terms? Either way, a crowd of protesters have stormed the Capitol building. They got inside of it and down into the Senate floor. There was a picture I saw on the news of people face down with federal police pointing guns at them, waiting to arrest them. So people inside are probably going to get arrested for sure. Unless they can get out quickly before they get arrested and detained. But the D.C. mayor has called for a curfew starting at 6 p.m. tonight, which is in about an hour from now, to 6 a.m. tomorrow. Nobody can be on the streets. It's kind of like the one from Los Angeles. And we're back to it. I mean, 2020 is, when I said earlier, somebody laughed because when I said 2021 is an extension of 2020. They were like, yeah. No, I didn't mean in terms of calendar days, like, okay, 2020 and now we're 2021. I meant in events, because everybody was saying once 2020 is over, thank God we go into 2021 and it's a whole new year. The reason I said this is an extension of 2020 was I meant we're still in a pandemic. We've still got protests and riots going on. We've got people storming the Capitol building in D.C. We're going to see what happens when the lights go out tonight, so to speak, when it's curfew time. Are they going to start fires? They broke windows at the Capitol building. They broke into doors. They broke through the doors. Do you think they're going to start fires there? I've talked a long time to make some of my trolls very upset. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching not just Leos, but Capitol buildings in D.C. and from coast to coast.